Okay, so a gentleman in Brazil reached out to me and he wants me to repair several boards. This first board here is going to be the Atari video pinball. He sent me two other boards as well, and I'll make videos with them as well. But I want to start with this one. I've already got my test harness plugged in, so I'll unpack it here, plug it in, and do a initial test with power to see how it goes, to see what kind of action we've got, and then I'll start trying to fix it, I suppose. Okay, I've got the board out of its cocoon of bubble wrap, and it's in remarkably good condition. Edge connectors don't have any significant burn marks, and it looks like someone attempted some repairs on it. You can look here at the back. We got some soldered new sockets that were soldered in. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like 4 different chips have been replaced at some time. And as far as I can tell, it looks okay, but we'll double check it. And so yeah, looks pretty good. Next step for me is I'll go ahead and plug it in and see what happens. Okay, so the initial power up, we're getting a completely blank screen. So I'm going to check the reset on the processor here. That's pin 40. And it is low all the time, so that means actively reset all the time. Alright, let me see if the reset button is stuck. Let me aim that over here and push the reset button. No, not doing anything. Didn't expect it to. Okay, so that's where we're going to focus. We're going to focus on that reset line and see why that's not going high. I'm going to need to find my schematics for that, so I'll be back. Okay, so here's the schematic for the processor. This is the reset circuit here. It's going through a counter, which is a 7490, which is an old-timey one. And when I check for a clock signal on pin 14, I get nothing. This is a 128V signal, so it's coming off the vertical sync chain. And let me just show you. Let's see. So that's going to be pin, let me look at it again, pin 14 on A6. Pin 14 on A6 is this guy right, oh, you can't see it. Pin 14 on A6 is here. And we got nothing on the scope, nothing. So next stop will be to look at the two sync chains, both horizontal and vertical. I'll be back. Okay, so here is the horizontal clock chain. We've got the oscillator here, and I'm seeing a signal through here. I'm seeing all of these outputs toggling here. I'm seeing this carryover bit toggling as well. I'm seeing the same clock signal on this chip, but I'm not seeing any of the outputs changing. In fact, 2 of them look really strange. They're stuck in the middle. So that chip there is bad, M5. Let me replace it, and I bet you we start seeing something on the screen. I'll be back. Okay, I replaced that 4-bit counter, and we have a picture now. But, see how it looks unstable there? I've messed with the monitor controls, and I cannot get it to stabilize. So there is a sync problem. And if we look at the schematics, here's where the sync is generated. Okay, so this PROM here takes on the vertical signals in a vertical blank, and its outputs get fed into this latch, okay, D latch, and that's what generates the signals. Then the H-sync clocks it. Well, these signals are not stable. I put a scope probe on it, so let's take, oh, I don't know, pin number 2, which is a V-sync. That's the most important one. So let me see if I can get that. Pin 2. Hold on a second. I gotta adjust the time base. Let's try it right there. Pin 2. Okay, there you go. See how that's kind of scrolling along? That should be solid. I mean, I could adjust the trigger level and make it move a little bit, but it is never stable. Since that's not stable, that's not a good sync. So I'm going to next check this PROM. It uses a high-speed PROM here. If that's bad, or if that's bad, but this seems, all the outputs on this seem okay. So I'm going to check this, make sure the code in it is correct, make sure it's the right PROM. If it isn't, then this needs to be replaced, and that will fix the unstable picture. All right, that's where we're at. I'll pull this PROM and go test it. Okay, the video sync problem has been figured out. I was just connecting into the wrong place. I had to review my videos to figure out where I was doing that, and it's on that resistor there. I was connecting, just grabbing to the wrong place. So yeah, all that other stuff is correct, that weird shifting and bouncing around. Although that probably was causing the sync when I was connecting to the wrong place, but the correct place is there. So yeah, video looks good. Self-test, we're in self-test now. If I push the button, there's no beeps, and it comes straight into the self-test. That means there's no RAM problems. So we're real close here. When you put it into game mode, though, it goes straight into game play. Now, you can add players by pushing the start button. It's on free play. It thinks it's on free play, even though the dip switch settings are not set for free play. So that's going to be something I need to figure out next. I don't know if the thing is stuck in free play, if that will make it automatically start the game at power up. Maybe. So I got to figure out the free play first, and then hope that fixes other problems. But that's it for tonight. Made good progress. The board's running and has a stable picture, and it looks good. So the graphics are good. The program is good. The ROMs are good, and the RAMs are good. So a lot of good things. Just need to figure out why, when I power it up, and you can see when I push the button, it briefly says free play, and then it immediately starts. So I got to figure that out. Something may be making it think it's in free play and also pushing the start button. So maybe there's a switch problem, but that'll be for another time. That's it for tonight. Okay, it's a couple days later, returning to this board. Recap, last time we got it running, but it was going straight into starting a game when you powered it up. So there's something fishy there. I need to check to see what the input signals are. Check the, the start buttons and that sort of thing. It was also showing free play even when it wasn't set on free play using the dip switches. So I think I'll start with that to confirm that the dip switch settings don't work, and then that might be related to the other problem. Let me see what I can figure out. I figured out the problem. If you look at the schematics, the dip switch settings talk about a coin mode 1 and coin mode 2. When code mode 1 is on, that tells it to start the game immediately if it's set on 1 coin for 1 play. I don't know why they did it that way, but that's what it is. And I tested it on my other board, one of my other boards, and it worked. It did the same thing. It was reproducible. So this switch needs to be off. Switch 8 needs to be off. Then if you have that off, then you can use free games, and you can also set the coin mode. Actually, these two work together to do 1 coin for 1 play, 2 coins for 1 play, or 1 coin for 2 plays. But when that coin mode switch is on, it starts the game immediately. I don't know if it's documented or not about that, but or if it may be a bug in the software, but the versions of the software I have do it. I'm going to see if I can figure out a way to shoot the ball and then try to play the game a little bit, and I just want to make sure everything's working. Okay, I got the game wired up so I can shoot the ball. It takes a little practice. I use my joystick, or I'm sorry, my trackball tester board to simulate the plunger. So I read up on it, and I didn't know this, but the plunger uses a time delay. It's got 2 optical interrupters. So it measures the time between the 2 interruptions of those optical interrupters to determine how hard to hit the ball. Kind of an interesting idea. So I have to use both hands to actuate these 2 switches here to simulate that. So we're in game over mode now. And you can see all the lights are flashing in game over mode, so that looks correct. If I put it in self-test, all the lights, whoop, I got a burned out light bulb. That one's burned. That one right there is burned out. So ignore that. These things are burning out like crazy. I guess I need to add a resistor or something. So that'll be the third one I replace, but it does work. And I'll replace it before this is over so we can prove that. So in self-test, all the switch inputs are testing the flippers and the bump, the nudge. That's the credit button or the coin switch, and that's the start button, and that's just about it. And also the plungers. The plungers don't make any noise apparently. Okay. Okay, so now you see the lights working. That light is finicky. All right, so all the lights are working. In a track mode, the lights flash, and the screen doesn't do much. It just shows 1.1 coin per player. So I'm going to put a credit on it. Okay, and you can put multiple credits, and this can play up to 4 players. So every coin you put in will support 1 player. So I'm going to start a 1-player game. Just push the start button 1 time. All right. So now I got to mess around with these buttons to try to get to launch the ball. There it goes. So I got it to launch the ball. So now we're playing pinball, buddies. So all the sounds seem to be working. All the sounds seem to be working. Now let's see if I can start launching the ball. Ooh, yes. Ah. Okay. Game over. So there you go. Game's working 100%. I'll play one more game. Let's try a 2-player game this time. All right. Launch the ball for player 1. Well, maybe I should have stopped while I was ahead. And there we go. Okay, I don't know why the flippers aren't working. Well, it's a good thing we tried a 2-player game. Are they working now? No. Why aren't they working? Check this. Okay. Yeah, my connector. I need to replace that thing. It's finicky. All right, let's try it again. Player 2. Doing this with one finger, my thumb. Come on, launch the ball. There it goes. So there's graphics on the cabinet that show you where the bumpers are that I don't have, obviously. So it probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense to play outside the cabinet, but we're just testing it. Ah. Come on, launch the ball. There it goes. I'm using a joystick for the flipper, so I get a little confused at times on which flipper I'm trying to flip. All right, this is only a 3-ball game, so this is going to be getting close to the end now. All right, this should be the last ball. Player 2, ball 3. All right, so I didn't time that one very good, did I? All right, there we go. Get up there. Oh. All right, here we go. Last ball. Game over. Player 2 has the high score, 68,070. Okay, so I'm going to leave this plugged in for a while, see if anything develops after a few hours of leaving it on. And that's going to be it for this video, unless it breaks, and then which I'll add some more to it. Thanks for watching.